Everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns with another field test shooting video. I've got my Gamo P900 IGT, so that stands for Inert Gas Technology. So it's not a spring, it has a gas piston type system, kind of unique, and this is pretty much an all plastic gun. I haven't done my actual tabletop video, but I have done a preview video, so check that out for some basic close-ups and basic specifications. But at some point, I will be doing a full tabletop video for this gun. We get to see it up close, and I'll go over specs, I'll go over the pros and the cons and all that. Today we're gonna focus on how it shoots, okay? And I know a lot of you wanna know that. That's one of the most important things about a gun is how does it shoot. So we're gonna be using some, what are these? These are RWS Super Hollow Point. They're 6.9 grain. We're just over 20 degrees, about 22 degrees Celsius here in the C-can. So let's get some shots down range through the cranny. I'm gonna try and average them out. Now, since this is a spring piston or gas piston system, I might not do all 5 shots. If it's getting really close groupings or they're pretty much the same after about 3 shots, then we'll stop there. If they're moving around a bit, I'll shoot a few more. But let's just see what we can get here. 289. I'm not even sure what the FPS rating is for this guy. What does it say? I'll have to take a look. But let's just shoot and see what it's grouping at, or not grouping, but what we're getting for average FPS. 311, a little higher. Okay. Haven't really shot this gun yet, so 311. Duplicate means it's the same as the last one, so that was close. If we get right around 300 or just over, we'll call it a day here. Maybe I'll do one more, we'll see. 309. So 311, 309 seems to be where we're at, around 310. One more. If we're at 310 or right in there, we'll just stop it right here. 306. So 311 was the fastest. I think just under 300 was the slowest, probably around 308, 309 average. So what I'm gonna do now is set up a target. We'll put it 30 feet down range. I'll use this rested position. I'll be putting a bag up here, a nice little sandbag, and we'll see if we can get a decent grouping with this gun. Got my paper target all set up, 30 feet down range. We're ready to get this going here. I don't know if I'm gonna put 10 rounds on the target. We'll see how we do with 5 or 6, see if we're getting it in the zone there. And we'll go from there, because it is a bit of work here to pump this every time. But that's okay, let's see what we can do here. Always gotta get used to that trigger tight. Okay, shot a bit high. I have not adjusted this in any way. The sights, we're just shooting as is, but we'll just keep it, I'll just keep it on the bullseye where I normally aim it. A little lower. This is tight, I tell you. I would not say this is for anyone with weak arms. It's pretty tight. Okay. Spreading out a little bit. I'm not seeing a great grouping just yet. We'll put a few more down there. We got some time. I'm not pulling it or anything. It's like getting it started is the hardest part with this. It's like when you first break it open, it just seems to want to catch almost. Once you get it uncaught, you're fine, but it's just hard to get going here. Trigger's not bad. This part there, it's like you just got to get that going. I don't even know how many I've shot here. I'm not counting. We're just going to put a couple more down there. I just want to see if I can get an actual group to appear for us so we kind of have an idea what this is capable of. It's sort of starting to group there, I can see. That first one, I mean, that was the really getting used to the trigger kind of thing. That first shot's always a little bit weird. You notice it took me a little while to get the first shot off. It's just kind of that getting used to it. Sometimes it just breaks free here too. Sometimes it sort of catches. But we'll see here. One more. Let's put one more. We're getting a group there, I can tell. That one might have been pulled a little there. We'll see here. Okay, so I don't know what happened here. I think that was the first shot. So we're gonna like completely toss that out, because generally the first shot out of here, when I'm actually like, other than the chronograph, I'm just pulling the trigger, I'm not really aiming, I'm not really worried about the trigger. The first shot when I shoot it on target, it's always that one shot where I'm trying to feel how the trigger, where's the break point, how tight is it? So I'm just like really, really easy. And I really have no idea when it's gonna let go, when it's gonna release. So that shot can sometimes be a little bit off because I'm just maybe like taking too long and overthinking the shot on the first one. But these were the rest. And you can see here, that's like a 1/2 inch group, followed by one that came over here that lengthened it out to about 1 inch. I probably shot about 8 rounds. I think something just fell. I shot about 8 rounds. I think I wasn't counting. I'll have to go back and take a look. That's enough. It gives us an idea. This gun's totally capable of getting 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch groups for sure, especially once you get used to the trigger again. This is the first time I've really shot this gun. This break point here, right? So you can snap it open, that's fine. It's right here. You can almost hear how it kind of catches. So maybe I'm thinking a little bit of oil in here might help with it, just because it is really tight, but once you get it past that point, it's okay. So I don't know if I'd recommend this to younger folks or people that don't have the strength for it. It might be a little bit hard because it's such a short barrel. If it was a longer barrel, you'd have more leverage, which would be a lot easier. But because it's so short, it's pretty tough, okay? So just keep that in mind. Trigger's not too bad. It's not the lightest trigger for single action that I've shot, but it's reasonable. It's definitely a safe trigger. It's not gonna go off by accident by any means. Now you do have the ability to adjust this for windage. Okay, you've got a windage setting here. Elevation, not so much. So if you're shooting high or low, you'll have to adjust that by eye a little bit. But we do have a windage adjustment. So you can see here, I was shooting just a little bit to the left. We could bring it over, and I was just above the bullseye. So we're pretty close out of the box. If I'm shooting further down range, it's gonna droop a little bit and probably hit the bullseye if I'm shooting further out. But not too bad gun. For the price, it's not too bad. You know, it's nice that it has that gas piston operation, the IGT, inert gas technology. That's kind of cool. Again, adjustable sights, pretty decently well-built gun. Yes, it's plastic, but it's pretty solid, decent trigger. Feet per second, just over 300, so it's not gonna be for any types of pest control, I think, just a target blinker, that kind of thing. Work on your accuracy skills for sure. All right, check it out. We do have it in our Canada store at replicairguns.ca and our US store at replicairguns.us. Check out the links in the description. If you're interested in other products in Canada or the US, check those stores out for air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check out my tabletop video when it does come out, or the preview video that's already out with a bit of specifications and things like that. If you haven't checked out the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter channels, do that. Replica Airguns is the username. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.